it was last year. We've had some summer events where we've been sweltering in here. It's much nicer today. So I'd like to start off by welcoming the Mayor and Mayoress, Councillors Malcolm and Veronica Waters. You're most welcome. And I'm going to continue by introducing to you the platform party. I'm ageing, I need glasses now. Like last year, I was struggling at arm's length. We'll start off by telling you a little bit about Dr. Peter Bain, who is our guest speaker today. He is a renowned neurologist. I hope you won't mind me saying that. He undertook an undergraduate training at Queen's College in Oxford and St Bartholomew's Hospital in London. He then did his graduate training at Guy's and Charing Cross Hospital, the National Hospital for Neurology and Neurosurgery, which I've only visited once, in an ambulance, not as a patient, I hasten to add. The Radcliffe Infirmary, Oxford, which I visited a few times as a medical student, and we will gloss over all the details of that in case anyone in the audience knows. Dr. Bain is a member of the International Movement Disorder Society's Task Force on Tremor, and is also the Association of British Neurologists Advisor to NICE. That's the National Institute for Clinical Excellence. That's the body in the UK that deals with all the main guidance to doctors. Deep brain stimulation, and his main interest is Parkinson's disease and movement disorders, and a long list of other things, a long list of erudite topics. He's a founding trustee to the National Tremor Foundation and is in charge of neurology teaching at Imperial College in London. He has other interests and has published many learned articles and written a number of books. He also is interested in surfing and karate. So I better be careful. Jiu-jitsu, rock climbing, golf, rowing, sculling, and there's a very long list of interests. And he is very welcome as the first member of our platform party. Needing no introduction is the headmaster, Mr. Gary Bow, and I am delighted to be able to welcome Sue Knox, who is the new headmistress of the prep school. And I'm just wondering if her husband's in the audience today. Unfortunately he's not. I was going to introduce him as well. Sue has been with us for 2 terms now. She's made a really excellent impact in the prep school. The governors are delighted with her. We know her colleagues are delighted, and we really welcome her to the school. Miss Jocelyn and Susan Barnhurst, you all know as well, and they are also most welcome. I'd like to say thank you at this moment to the pianists that have very kindly played for us before we came in today. Robin Ray, Kishan Thakrar, Rachel Wong, Alice Chan, Charles Graham, Sriya Kodivali, and Alice Kidd. And a thanks to Ian Runnels for having me. And I would now like to invite the joint heads of school to give their address.
So, here we are at another prize giving, and we know what you're all thinking right now. The new joint heads of school, giving a review of the year behind us, cracking the odd joke about goats, gunging, and Mr. Wiseman's standards. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this great annual occasion in which Sean and I are going to attempt to break from tradition. Instead, we thought we would give you an insight into what we can look forward to in achieving as a school and as a team for the coming year, covering various elements of our school lives.
Shivani and I have been part of Wellingborough School for 9 years between us, and therefore we are honoured to be next year's joint heads of school. Despite our differences, mostly in height, but also our ability in Bollywood dancing, we look forward to representing the pupil body, working alongside staff, and leading next year's strong prefect team to help run and improve our school.
In fact, one of the head boy privileges that Sean was most looking forward to was being able to wear his own tweed jacket around school.
I, though, however, decided against the idea because I wouldn't want to cramp Mr. Peacock's style. And Shivani was most looking forward to wearing her red Jedi robe and feeling sassy in it, although sometimes she struggles to walk in something that's almost the same length as herself.
However, Lower Sixth has been a tough academic year, but we have learned lots, haven't we?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've learned how to differentiate an equation and calculate the size of UK GDP.
And I've learned about the human heart and global warming. But all of this highbrow academic learning has failed to answer the question which lies at the forefront of all Lower Sixth pupils, and that is, which side of the chocolate digestive biscuit is the top?
You know, I really can't believe that this debate has survived for so long and caused so many arguments across Lower Sixth. But now it is time to look forward to much more serious upper sixth matters, including leading houses and the younger members of our school. We both appreciate that this is a challenging role, and we want to thank last year's heads of school, Maddie Hunkler and Hugh Baxter, for their great contribution during the year. And we both look forward to building on the high standards that they have set. Over the last 12 months, Wellingborough School has seen some fantastic events and has been involved in both academic and non-academic trials. Let's celebrate for a moment the breadth of talent and the achievements of the past year.
The arts is a key aspect in shaping our school lives, which has continued to grow and flourish in recent years. Once again, our annual Arts Awards evening was a fantastic opportunity for our music, art, drama, DT and speaking students to showcase their talents. With Marsh currently holding the house singing title, we were excited to see Cripps and Gants continuing their tradition of very dubiously designed costumes. But even more impressive was to see once again a hugely enthusiastic Mrs. Fellows leading the staff singing, and what a great performance it was. The competition in the Dance Festival stepped into a whole new level this year, with backflips putting the crowd on edge and some entertaining, slightly erotic dance moves by Charlie Danby to crown him and his group as the winners.
Though sport has seen huge success. Events such as last summer's Sports Tour of Australia, in which 87 pupils from years 10 to 13, along with 12 staff, set the standard for the England rugby team's recent success down under. The school took their rugby, football, hockey and netball skills to the other side of the globe, in what has become Wellingborough School's largest sports tour. Also, Wellingborough School were proud of our under-16 girls hockey team reaching the national finals this year, coming 5th in the country and making them the best day school in the UK. They also had an invaluable opportunity to play in the Olympic Stadium.
And once again, Wellingborough School's ability to contribute to the society and those around us has been demonstrated by the commitment in supporting a wide range of charities. Great events such as Prefect Day and Pancake Race helped to raise close to £2,500 for our school charity, Alzheimer's Research UK. And incredibly, 22 boys from Cripps, Parkers and Guards managed to raise £29,000 by trekking into the Sahara in aid of Alzheimer's Research UK, a testament to the major contribution that Wellingborough School pupils make to society.
So it is clear that the last 12 months have been very, very busy. I mean, let's just take a look at what has happened in the last week. On top of all the extraordinary preparations for today's prize giving, last weekend saw the school celebrating the Family of Schools Day. We had some intense races on the athletics track and fantastic commentary from Mr. Hargreaves and Mr. Coombs. And all of this against a backdrop of a leadership challenge to Jeremy Corbyn and dramatic resignations from David Cameron and Roy Hodgson that have shocked the nation. Though, let's not get any ideas, Mr. Bowe.
So again, looking forward, it's now far more important to emphasise how we, as pupils, can build on the successes we've seen this year and carry this forward to achieve even more next year, going from good to great.
Perhaps in the year of the US presidential election, it may be appropriate to ask ourselves, as pupils, in the words of John F. Kennedy, not what your school can do for you, but what you can do for your school. Our experience is that having such diversity of opportunity means that each individual can find competitions and activities that meet their skill set. Anyone who enjoys the challenge of such events as the general knowledge quiz or cross country can take part in new activities and discover more about themselves, gaining a better understanding of what they are able to achieve.
With more than 80 students making up the cast, Oliver is set to be an outstanding musical performed by the most hard-working production team. Mr. Hargreaves is directing, although maybe a little bit apprehensive about where the performance will take place as the Castle Theatre is new on. Who knows, you may be sitting in this very marquee again, but with Mr. Hargreaves' powers of improvisation, we are sure he will be able to deliver an excellent production no matter where it takes place.
Also, the upcoming trip to Dubai will be a memorable experience, not just to see who can get the best tan, but also due to the sports tour which is taking place here.
Again, next year you will have the opportunity to nominate those charities which are close to your hearts. As a school, we continue to support charities, making it all the more special when students have a close connection or a passion about a particular cause.
Though none of this would be at all possible without the countless staff in the school who tirelessly dedicate their time to assuring students' well-being, motivation and success. Teachers who both Shivani and I have had the pleasure of working with, whose passion for their subjects managed to quite literally bring lessons to life. They have inspired us and all their students throughout the school to work hard and pursue our interests, both academic and co-curricular subjects, within school and beyond. And so, ladies and gentlemen, before we hand over to Mr. Bow beating his chest, and then Mr. Wiseman for his dangerous task of announcing all the prize winners and leaders, we both really hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and we wish you all a relaxing summer. Here's to the next academic year at Wellingborough School. Thank you.